Hey Anthony from the Best in the West, the King is back. We got a sunken living room today. It's in Pomona, California. This is a pretty basic job. It's just refilling in a room in the 70s, 60s. These were popular. I got to actually go thank the builders because I filled in so many of these sunken in living rooms. Now people that are older are having them filled in. They're pretty basic. They're putting carpet on this. So if they're going to use tile or wood, I always have them give me a piece so I know how far to go down. But they're putting carpet on this with the padding so we can pretty much gauge. The objective is just get the line around the room dead flat level and to the elevations of the existing you have, and that's about it. There's not much to it. It's 400 square feet, so it's 5 yards. So generally, what I figure is with 800 square feet, I buy 50 bars of rebar. So I bought 25 for 400 square feet on this. I've been starting a pumping and a bobcat business again. So I'm gonna have a lot of equipment videos with pumping because I don't think there's anyone on YouTube putting up instructional pump videos or anything that's worth watching for pumping. And I get so many calls for it. I was gonna start doing a lot of pumping videos. I'll put one up this weekend. I pump for another contractor. I started figuring it out because it looks like with inflation and they're going to raise the interest rate a percent on the housing that the writing's on the wall that there could be a pretty good slowdown coming up. So I'm going to diversify myself and start pumping and bobcat for other guys, and then plus my contracting. So I'll do some bobcat videos and demo videos by themselves with just instructional pumping videos. I haven't watched much of it, but what I've seen, I haven't seen anything instructional. I've just seen videos of guys working. So I'll do really in-depth pump videos and what equipment, pumps, different stuff like I've done prior. But I'll get in more detail of it when it's just that. Because when I pump on my own jobs and I film it, I really don't have time to sit there and show you how I wash out and how I do everything. Like the last video I did, I went over how to wash it out. You'll see it this weekend. Let me know what you guys think of it. This is Pedro and I just setting this up. It's just a couple hours one day and come back the next day and pour it. I pour a lot of these, but I don't post every one that I do because I have like 4 or 5 of them already, and I only want like 4 or 5 of each different driveway different stuff. I want to do some more benches, some more other stuff, but I'm diversifying myself now with running services too, so I'll be regular pumping and bobcat. It's a good idea to put plastic around. We're not going to splash anything, and we could probably wipe it as we go, but this way I had the plastic on my truck. You don't even have to worry about it. When Pedro and Mario's finishing it the next day when they're out there on skates, they'll just pull down the plastic. That's why I had to do this. These guys are as good as you're going to see. Awesome crew. Here's the pump here. Kristen wanted a Georgia buggy it, but I said, nah, we'll pump it or wheel it. No, I'm just jiving. We'll just pump it. But the videos I have pumping should be really in depth, really good. And I have like 2 or 3 YouTubers from every job I'm pumping coming out that are going to get into it, and I'm teaching them how to do it. They ask me on YouTube, and I don't mind who comes out. There's generally YouTube people at every job I go on out there. There was 2 or 3 on this one, I think. Yeah, so I'm just setting this up. This is just basic. You can use whatever mix you want. I use the 3000 with straight cement, and I put 2% polar set in it, obviously, because you're indoors. And my objective is to get out there as fast as I can. I mean, I could have. You can if it's not going off and it's not setting up in there. I'll just close everything in the house and turn the heater and just crank the heater for an hour or two and go back in there. But I didn't have to here because the polar set really it takes off quick. It evaporates all the bleed water. It works really good indoors, so you don't have bleed water. And when you're pouring on top of concrete, it's not just sitting on the top because you have to bull float it off and get a shovel and get it out. And I'm just pounding a steel stake into my reducer in case my line surges at all. Doesn't tear his grass up or start dancing away. But if you dial everything in, the volume, RPM, the line doesn't move. That's the luxury of this. I've had 3/4 rock pumps, swing tube. I had like 2 or 3 swing tube pumps I ran for like a decade. It just makes no sense to do it. Once you figure it out, you look back and you just want to think of what a dumbass you were running that thing with a 3-inch line and stuff. There's just no reason for it. But I did a lot of it. That's the thing with me. Ran every pump, every pea gravel, hard rock, 3/4, 85 yard an hour pumps, 100 yard an hour pumps, whatever. I had a Swing 1000. I had a Pootsmeister 70 yard an hour. I had a Olin 585, 565. This is a 45. When I went down in the last recession, that's how I think it's going to slow down again. You can tell. It's almost the same. Inflation starts going and the interest rate goes. It's almost the same old song with it. I mean, you can tell. So I hope it's not what I think, but if it is, I'm going to try and be ready for it if it does slow down. Because my volume has slowed down, my calls. But that could be tax season, winter, you never know. And I haven't been really answering my phone and going after work, so I got to get back on the stick. I've been pumping. So yeah, when you're pumping this and you're laying it down, the main objective is that wall in front of Pedro and Mario, and the one to the left and one behind him. You come off about 4 feet on it and get a screed, and then just come straight down the middle like they're coming. It's pretty basic. If you're doing concrete, you want to do these. Like I've done 2 more after this video, but I didn't video them because how many sunken living rooms can you put up? You know, I'm not redundant like other people posting on here. I want a variety of different stuff and educational and for customers to see. So I get a lot of calls for these, and there's no material, there's no demo. I mean, you can't go wrong, you know. So we're going to screed this down, and they're going to bow float it from the other room. They have access to it. And there was, when they tore the carpet and padding out, it was out front, so I laid it down on the wood. So we just stepped our dirty concrete feet on the padding and the carpet, and then wiped down any of the wood where there was any residue or anything on it. So we kept it super clean, and that's how you want to be. Nothing on the wall, nothing on the wood floors or nothing, because it'll burn it if you don't catch it and get it off. That's Matt. That's Johnson's buddy there. He brought the mud out. I'm about 45, 50 minutes from my house here doing these, because you can travel and do these because you don't need any material. You don't need just some rebar, some adobes, and literally a chalk line, and that's it to set it up, and something to cut the rebar with. So I'm going to be rolling this up, chilling out with those guys, and waiting for it to set up. And I'm keeping an eye on it, see how it's setting up. If it's, like I was saying earlier, if it doesn't set up the way I want it to, I'll just close all the doors and blast the heater in there. And it'll really take it off with the heat on, the puller set that I have in it. See, Mario's just going to pull float it from over this side. And when they get out there skating it, they can pull the plastic tape one time out. Pretty basic. So if you come across these are really good. This is almost better in a driveway or patio because there's no demo, no forms, no nothing. Snap a straight line around the perimeter and off you go. The only thing is, if they're not putting carpet on it, they're using wood or tile, you need a piece of what they're using to drop it down to make it flush with the existing floor. But other than that, with carpet like they're putting on this, it's just a no-brainer. So we're going to have Mario skate it twice out there. I think Pedro gets out on it with him too. We shot the primer outside. You don't want to put the water in the slab on top of whatever water you have in the mix, because it's going to bleed. See, Pedro's just cleaning up that wood floor. I got to start lining some more work up and get these boys busy. Thank you very much for watching The Best in the West.